Today I'm going to be doing a deck review of the Gods of Egypt playing cards, and if you want to see this review, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it right now. Alright, so these are the Gods of Egypt playing cards. These are going to be probably a lot like the Lords of Egypt playing cards I reviewed last week, which look like this. So if you want to check out this review, I'll have it popping up at the screen at the top and also in the description below. But let's get into these playing cards because that's what you're here for. So the Gods of Egypt playing cards depict this, one of the gods, which looks a lot like a bird, has a sun over the top of him, has all this nice gold foil done on this black cardstock. On the side has the same design on the side from the Lords of Egypt. Same for this side, they are both the same. The back possibly could be the back design, which has basically like the helmets of maybe that last god, and then this nice circle, and it has like two different like helmets or hats or like the crowns of these gods. And then the bottom has some ad copy that says 55 quality playing cards designed and manufactured by SPCC. And the top just says playing cards. The inside of the tuck flap has more design, and so it does the inside two flaps here. That's all I can say for the tuck box because the inside is not done with anything extra. All right, so it looks like these gods are mostly like bird themed. I'm gonna set this off to the side. So just like the tuck box had a bird on the front and bird on the back with like wings, like a winged crown, this also has wings and like two birds. It is a two-way design. Has these 4 flowers in the corners. It is done in a silver metallic and a more of a deep blue, almost like a sapphire blue, with 2 birds facing each other. That is a really cool design. The other one had a golden red design, so I like the contrast. When the only thing that really from the tuck box color-wise was it went from white to black, so I like that this is much different. I really like these colors that go together. These go together super well. So hope I'll put that up for you to see that. Alrighty, and let's get into what these cards look like. So we have one ad card out the front. Then we have the 2 jokers. And I like that all these cards have this border that come around here on this outside. So when you're going to be fanning that, you're going to be able to see that all the way around. I wish it would have went all the way to the border instead of having like a medium white border around that, but that will still help with the fanning. Then you have, I'm assuming this is hearts. It is a little bit hard to tell. I can tell because of the indices, but not because of the actual pips themselves. I do like that it is a power ace in all 4 aces instead of just the ace of spades. I do like when decks do that. So it looks a lot like a V or like a ruby, kind of a combination of the two. Then you have the same placement from the other deck. Of course, not standard placement, and it is a little bit of a slightly different red. Then all of these are probably different gods, although I'm surprised that that one looks so much like a person. So you have your Jack of Hearts. That one definitely must be, although I'm not sure what animal that is, like a hippo or something. And then you have like this falcon or some type of bird for the King of Hearts. You have your diamond, which is just 2 triangles on both sides, of course making a diamond here. Standard for the rest of these, well, standard for this deck. And then you have another person looking for the Jack, a more of a cat for the Queen, and a crocodile for the King. Then here is your ace. I feel like I know what that symbol is, but I'm not sure. If any of you guys know what that symbol is, let me know down in the comments because I'm not sure what that is. Of course, standard for the rest of these, and then another person for the Jack. I don't know why these are people in here because it's called the Gods of Egypt. That doesn't make much sense to me. And then we have probably a tiger or a lion. Either a female lion or a tiger. I'm not seeing any stripes, but I'm not seeing any mane. Then, what is that, an anteater? I'm not sure what that is. Then we have your ace of spades. That looks actually pretty cool. I really like that ace of spades. It's kind of cool that there's kind of a space in between the bottom part and the top part. It's kind of dope. And it's done in that same silver and blue, just like the back design. Then we have the rest of these. And another person for the jacks. And then we have like a cobra for the queen. And like some type of dog. If you know what kind of dog that is, let me know. For the last king of spades. Fanning looks really, really good for these because the silver glints in the light. So that looks really cool. And you have that little circle up here at the top, so you can see that circle going around the outside. I wish that they would have had a little bit of blue, so I could have had a little bit of blue in that fan. Fanning this way, you do get almost like 3 different sections. You get like the numbers, then you get the suit, and then you get the actual like silver part at the bottom, which is kind of cool. I do like that. Let's see how they faro and like their stock. So not farrowing, goodness gracious. The spring's just fine. Is definitely a thicker stock. I wouldn't quite put it to like the David Blaine, what are they? I'm just losing my mind. That's officially it. I've just lost it. Skull and Bones Private Reserve. That's what I'm looking for. They're not quite that thick, but they're definitely more along casino grade stock. Definitely. They're definitely along the thicker side. Another thing for that means they will last longer, but it does mean they are much, much thicker. So if you like thicker decks, this is going to be for you. Fans just fine. They don't have like the grindiness. Like somebody put, like the other deck had like it felt like someone put sand in between each card. That way when you fanned it, it felt like you could like feel the sand, but this one's much more smooth. We'll see if they can faro. The last one is kind of ironic, because when under gods of Egypt couldn't faro. Okay, that's extremely difficult. That's really difficult to faro. Not a fan of that. Yeah, that's very difficult. So that was one way. Now let's test the other way. Let's test bottom to top. Because the other deck just would not faro, period. Yeah, this deck literally just, nothing's happening. Yeah, no, there is no faro bottom to top, period. That's just not going to happen. So besides the fact that they do not faro, love doing that. It's actually not a joke. I've been trying to figure out a way to make that into a cardistry move. Like the shuffle into a triangle. Not going to do that again though. But they do feel really good in the hands. They're definitely really quite thick. My preference is I like it slightly thicker, more along the lines, and by slightly thicker I mean that compared to Bicycle. I like it more along the lines of the Paradigm playing cards. Not Paradigm, goodness gracious. Although I do like their stock, but that's a little on the thin side. The Parlor playing cards. That's about my preferred stock. But I really do like how this deck looks. I mean, just when you look at that, you can totally see the silver just shining in that light, which is super, super cool. And this blue is just so awesome. It's like a sapphire blue, and I love that color. The contrast there is fantastic. So what would I say for Magicians, Cardists, Gameplay, and Collectors? Magicians should be just fine. The only problem I could find for Magicians is that they wouldn't be able to, the spectator might not see right off the bat what it is. So if you're doing like a sight force or something, this could be a little bit weird because you're not seeing your standard, pips, and you're not seeing your standard placement. For cardists, I don't see any problem. Like, it's not over and above for cardists. I don't think that was like their main focus, but I don't think that cardists wouldn't like it. Gameplay should be just fine. You can definitely tell if you, like when you're looking at it, you're going to have the cards in your hand for whatever game you're playing. So that should be fine. And because they're thicker, they'll be able to last longer. And for collectors, well, it obviously looks beautiful, and they put a lot of intentionality into both of these. I wish that there would have been more connection between the two, because this has gold and black, and this has blue and silver. Just kind of weird that there's no connection there. Besides that, I absolutely love this. If you want to pick up this deck, head down to the description to buy worthy playing cards, and I will catch you guys in the next one. And I think that's it. Yeah. This is Card Perfect, signing off.